9:36 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's take a look at where we are. The following states we have as too close to call, starting with Florida, a razor's edge race there. Pennsylvania, too close to call, 20 electoral votes. Ohio, too close to call. Georgia, too close to call. Michigan, too close to call. North Carolina, too close to call. Virginia, too close to call. Minnesota, too close to call. New Hampshire, too close to call. To the electoral race, the race to 270, 137 to 104, advantage Trump. Steve Kornacki is at the board with some new numbers in Virginia and Florida, they tell me.
Yeah, let's take a look at Virginia. And as you were speaking there, Brian, we actually got an update on the statewide vote. We see Clinton's been playing from behind. The question here has largely been about Northern Virginia, how much turnout, how much support she can get. Can she stem this gap? So it's now down to 25,000. Hillary Clinton's gap in Virginia, as I say this sentence, is 25,000 votes. Now, that just tightened significantly in the last few seconds, so I'm sort of finding this out with you. It looks like we just got more vote in Fairfax County again. This is sort of the mother lode of them in Northern Virginia. You see a lead there for Hillary Clinton now of about 90,000 votes. I believe, I'd have to go back and check, but I believe that there is still vote outstanding. Not much. This is a county where President Obama was reelected 4 years ago by a margin of 109,000 votes. Hillary Clinton's getting the same sort of level of support, so she can probably squeeze, I don't know, rough estimate here, another 10, 20,000 out of Fairfax County. You look at Prince William County, Hillary Clinton leading here by about 4,000. Looks like some more vote just came in here. This one of all the Northern Virginia counties, I think, has the most still to come in. She could probably squeeze out, again, roughly here, between, say, 10 and 20,000 there. And also, it looks like in Richmond, the city of Richmond, there's still maybe about 40% to come in there. Hillary Clinton could squeeze out. So the votes appear to be there, at least in theory, for Hillary Clinton to overcome a margin. Now you see it's down to 21,000. The votes appear to be there in Northern Virginia and Richmond. The wild card in all this, I keep saying, I can't really point to one red county like one of these Democratic counties where you're going to see a big Trump vote. There's scattered votes still coming in the red parts of Virginia, but the opportunity there for Hillary Clinton to make up the number in Virginia certainly exists. But again, we weren't even supposed to be talking about Virginia this way at this hour. Let's take a look right now in Florida. So the margin now, look at this. It's sitting there at about 138,000 votes right now. That's been pretty stubborn from the Democrat standpoint. They've got a lot still to make up. You can see Broward. Again, I told you, we're still sort of in the dark here about how much is left. The turnout, the total turnout here in 2012 was 750. You add that together, and you're pretty much at 750,000 right now. So I'm not sure how much the Democrats can squeeze out of Broward, out of Palm Beach, out of Miami-Dade. You're getting close to your 2012 levels. Again, still looks like this might be in now. Still looks like, I think, some Republican vote to come in Santa Rosa here, sort of in the peninsula. That's a lot of ground for Hillary Clinton to make up here with what we're looking at.
Steve Kornacki at the board with Virginia and Florida. We have a photograph tweeted out on the account of Ivanka Trump. This is the experience of watching the returns at Trump Tower in Midtown Manhattan tonight before they go over to the New York Hilton. Nobody goes nowhere until we figure out just what it is we're marking this evening. But you see the assorted Trumps and Pences. And pensive, I guess, would describe.
I desperately want to know what Mike Pence is looking at. I got to say, because I know what everybody else is looking at, but Mike Pence sees something else.
It is evocative of the Situation Room the night they got bin Laden, only for an entirely different subject matter, but the concentration and on people's faces.
I see a winner in that group. I see Mike Pence. Yeah. He won both the Senate race and the presidential electoral votes in his state of Indiana, and this is going to be a competitive race for president. He jumped on this horse when it didn't look too good, and this is going to be a competitive race for president. He's going to look like a smart Paul.
Let's go to Chris Hayes right now, who's at our breaking news desk, keeping an eye basically on the globe tonight in terms of what else is going on. Chris?
Rachel, we've seen throughout the campaign when Trump's chances have increased, they've tended to send some panic through markets. And right now, as this night has developed in a highly uncertain fashion, global markets are roiling quite a bit. We have Ron and Sana, I believe, on the line from CNBC, with Dow futures trading down about 500 points. Ron, can you give me the roundup of how global markets are moving as the entire world watches these returns come in?
Well, Chris, this is going to be the fear of Brexit Part 2, as was discussed earlier in the program. A surprising result from tonight's vote would unwind the gains that we saw on Wall Street. In just the last 2 days, the Dow gained almost 400 points, rebounding after a 9-day loss, which was the longest loss the market had suffered since 1980. And this rebound on Monday and Tuesday came after Jim Comey had backed away from the email investigation. The market effectively today and yesterday pricing in a Hillary Clinton victory. A big donor that I talked to that works with Hillary Clinton thought this morning that she was going to win in a landslide. There's some confusion now, obviously, as to whether or not those internal polls that the Clinton organization had were even remotely accurate, or any polls for that matter. So you get this rebound effect. World markets will sell off. The post-Brexit sell-off in London, for instance, was about a 5 to 7% two-day affair. We could expect the dollar to go down. The Mexican peso will fall in value. The Mexican stock market will fall in value, since Donald Trump has targeted that country with respect to both building a wall and altering trade treaties between the two countries. We have to watch China, since he's spoken negatively about our relations with them. So there will be worldwide repercussions in financial markets, and expect, I would imagine, if Mr. Trump were declared the winner tonight, that you could see about a 3 to 5% pullback in the next day or two.
All right, Ron and Sana from CNBC. We should note the Mexican peso, which has been kind of a key indicator of some of the volatility. It's where money has flowed in and out of as global financial markets try to assess the future. That is down around 8.5% right now. So there is a lot of hot and panicky money in global markets slashing around, watching this with bated breath. Rachel, back to you.
Chris Hayes, thank you. Wow, Dow futures down 500 points. That has been an unusual marker for the volatility sense and the sense of Donald Trump's prospects in this race. That's an exclamation point on it tonight.
Another break for us. We're back with our live coverage right after this.